While Gaza is under siege and the world is watching, Trump touched down in Doha to shake hands and to ink deals. He pretty much agreed to do everything except push for a ceasefire. In a historic $96 billion flex, Qatar Airways signed the biggest jet order in Boeing's history, all while Trump smiled for the cameras and claimed it would, quote, generate $1.2 trillion in U.S. Qatar trade. The Boeing 747-8 once served the Qatari royal family and has been sitting unsold for years. Representative Joe Courtney, that's the top Democrat on the House Armed Services Sea Power and Projection Forces Subcommittee, that's a mouthful, warned that the jumbo jet would have to be completely rebuilt by the Department of Defense. And guess who's going to be footing that bill? You got it. You. That would cost the taxpayers at least $1 billion. And it might not even be finished before 2028 when he'll be gone for good. But here's what got folks heated. Neither Trump nor Qatar's Emir mentioned Gaza. Not one word about the suffering, not a word about the bombs, not a word about the bodies. Instead, they toasted. They toasted to jets and engines and billion-dollar wins for Wall Street. For Americans, this ain't just it's not just about planes. It's about watching your leaders chase foreign bag deals while ducking real talk on Palestine, ducking real talk on peace. We're talking about U.S. tax dollars fueling global conflict. So when you say you're innocent, you're not. Trump's next stop, United Arab Emirates, UAE. Maybe they'll find just a second to talk about Gaza. I wouldn't hold my breath, though. You know, Donald Trump in the Middle East is always a scary proposition. Donald Trump anywhere is a scary proposition, but Donald Trump in the Middle East is a scary proposition. He sits at the feet of power. He worships at the altar of power. And when he sees powerful kings, powerful presidents, powerful prime ministers, powerful emirs, etc., he loses his mind. He goes full bird. And I think that that's a problem because Donald Trump is willing to sell anyone or anything to achieve his goals. Not a kind of national, not even in the idealistic, American democracy way. He ain't even going for that kind of we. Trump is worried about Trump. But anyway, so there's that. There's Trump basically making deals that will generate large amounts of revenue for foreign nations, but clearly going to produce some kind of revenue, some kind of income stream for him outside of the presidency. You got to watch that. A lot of times when somebody's a four-year in and out, one-term president, you think of them as lame duck and ineffectual, but Trump has managed to turn this into a workable situation for him. It seems like everything he's doing is a setup for his post-presidency, financially, etc., structurally, organizationally, I should say, all of it. The idea that Trump would be going to Qatar or UAE, he's not going to be in Dubai like, yo, let's free Gaza. But he had an opportunity here to use his platform to do just that. Again, not because I'm saying he cares about Palestinians, but it seems to me that the dominant position of the Arab world still is, we're not going to play ball fully with you until there's a ceasefire, until there's a Palestinian state, or until at least there's a two-state framework in. Now, I happen to believe the two-state framework isn't real. It's not going to happen. It hasn't been a real possibility in decades. But the idea here is that there's something that can be done, if not to create a state, to at least stop the genocide. I don't expect Trump to move on that premise, but I do expect the rest of the Arab nations to move on that premise.